the MMA podcast channel. I've got a real belter of an interview today. I'm honoured to be joined by UFC bantamweight Rob Font. Rob, thanks so much for doing this, man. What's going on?
I'm hanging out, man. It's about to actually eat some vegetables right now, and just hanging out right now, man. Got a little session tonight with the boys, and just trying to relax as much as possible. We leave Tuesday, so we're just trying to keep it low key, try to find some things to kill time, and and just trying to kill time, really.
Yeah, man. So you're back. It's been a while since we've seen you in the octagon. Taking on Marlon Moraes, and your next fight is arguably your biggest fight yet. Would you agree?
Yes, sir. Hell yeah, definitely. Probably one of the biggest fights right now in my career. Right now, it gives me this fight gets me to crack the top five, and the ultimate goal is obviously get to the belt. So this
Of
helps
course, yeah.
helps out a lot.
So in the fight against, the reason we haven't seen you for so long is in your last fight against Ricky Simon, you tore your ACL, I think it was.
Yes, sir. I
Um,
ruptured my ACL, slight tear in my meniscus in the second round. We got surgery in January. Uh, After that, we went to Vegas to the PI rehab about 4 weeks, and then we got back and just got right back to rehab. We were doing a lot of rehab out here in Boston. But yeah, now tore it in the second round. I'm back though, brand new
yes,
knee, ready to
still
rock.
won as well. Still went on to win the fight. I mean,
Yeah.
how did you manage that? Is that
I knew something was wrong, but it wasn't that unstable. I don't know if you
yeah,
remember the Macy Barber fight. You know how her leg just kept giving out and giving out. It wasn't like that. It wasn't doing that. It buckled a couple times, but it wasn't giving out that much. So I knew just listen, let's figure it out, get through this fight, and then. But even then, I didn't really think I fully tore. I just thought something
yeah,
happened because I was walking around DC the next day. Went to the zoo. I actually I even had a couple little baby workouts before I went to see this before I went to see the surgeon, and he told me, "Listen, you need surgery." I'm like, "What? I'm just
oh,
walking
man.
around. Like, what are you talking about?" Like, I did a whole round. So I did a whole third round, and he was like, "No, it's completely gone." And he showed me the X-ray. I was like, "Wow." And,
That's crazy,
it
man.
was
Well,
obviously it was a big blow. I was completely surprised by it. I did not think. I thought it was gonna be like a rehab, or I don't know. I don't know what I thought. And then he told me I needed surgery, and I was just like, it
so
was
what was the
heartbroken.
rehab like for that? How did you go about rehabbing your knee?
Basically it was just it was 4 weeks in Vegas. We basically just trying to get the trying to we were just basically trying to get it to straighten out for the first couple of weeks, and then they were working on my obviously my hamstring, my what would you call this, Kathy? What's this right here? They were working on my gait, like kind of how to kind of like get back to walking again,
Yeah,
and then from there it got to like after a while, after the healing and everything, it gets to a point where it's all strengthening your leg back. My leg got so small, man. But after that, it was just basically strength and conditioning and kind of like repeating the small baby exercises, a lot of single leg stuff, lots of deadlifts, lots of
yeah,
RDLs. Um, at the same time, we jump on the air down bike to kind of get the cardio there. So it
hard
wasn't the
work, man.
worst. It wasn't the worst. It just took a while. It took a good solid couple, like at least 4 or 5 months to kind of like really even get to moving and bouncing and jumping and all that. And then obviously I couldn't cut and anything like that, but we slowly worked our way up to that, and now we're here, brand new knee, ready to rock.
So back to normal now. Feels good, yeah.
100%, yes, sir.
So obviously, as this is your first fight in a while, things are a bit different now since your last fight. Obviously, no fans in the arena. I imagine a lot of different rules backstage, pre-fight, that sort of thing.
Yep,
How do you
yep.
think you're going to adjust to that change in atmosphere?
I think it's gonna be just another day in the office. I got the opportunity to watch Calvin Cater do it twice. Once in Florida, once in Fight Island. Yeah, I think it's just routine. I know how the back room works. I know how leading up to the event from the hotel to the quarantine. So I've done it twice. It's annoying, but it's not the worst. Just kind of stuck in the room for 2 days, bunch of tests, but besides that, it's normal business. It's fight week. It's cutting weight and working out. And but
Yeah, just
the first
zoned
two
on the
days,
just normal,
yeah,
just
yeah. The
but
only
a
thing
different
again,
atmosphere all the same though, a different experience. It'll be
exactly.
something different. So how did this Marlon Moraes fight materialize? When did you find out this was going to happen?
So I forgot when he fought Corey Sandhagen, but whatever date that was, maybe 2 weeks after that, we got the call. I was like, really? Like, for some reason, I didn't think, he would have really even been down to fight the number 11 guy or whatever. But it is what it is. He's hungry. He probably, obviously coming off a loss, you want to get back in there as soon as possible. So that probably had a lot to do with it. It wasn't like it wasn't even like my manager and coach asked for it. They came to us with it. So it was all right, cool, let's do it.
You can't turn that down, no.
Hell no. I figured I was gonna get somebody like Jimmy Rivera or like somebody closer to like the top, saying 6, 7, 8 type, one of those type guys. And it worked out. I'm like, shit, I'm not gonna complain. Give me the number 3 guy in the world. Yeah, obviously it's a tough fight. This guy is a monster, but who isn't in the UFC? So let's roll.
Well, as you say, he's a bit of a monster. He's known for vicious knockouts, but I don't think you've ever been knocked out in your career. Is that right?
No, sir.
So, and he's coming off a KO loss to Sandhagen, obviously quite a brutal KO.
Yeah.
So, will you be looking to fight fire with fire, or will you be?
No, definitely not. I don't think I'm gonna sit there and try to like get into a brawl with this guy. If needed to be, if I had to, I will. But that's not me. That's not naturally. I don't do that anyways. I've never have. I can get reckless sometimes, but I've never really like get into big crazy brawls. With him, it's gonna be more about that. I'm trying to use that range. Corey Sandhagen showed a decent blueprint on how like the longer guy, how he deals with the longer guy, but. You also see with Jose Aldo and Henry Cejudo what happens when you pressure him. So it's going to be, I want to say, a mixture of both of that. But at the same time, I do well fighting backwards as well. So we'll see. We definitely have a game plan, but we also know how to just kind of flip it. And if this complete game plan is not working, it's completely just start freestyling. And I think I'm decent with that as well.
Of course. So obviously, as this is a massive fight, has your fight camp been any different to usual, or is it just the same old, same old?
It's similar fight camp. The only difference is, there's not the big BJJ classes or rolling or the big Saturday sessions where there's like 20 people in the gym just sparring. You're constantly switching out with different partners. We did I'll say like 4 weeks of just pure boxing sparring, kind of get my cardio back up, kind of get my cardio back up as far as throwing punches, but also not getting kicked too much on my knee or wrestling too much on my knee. So we did a lot of that. And then the last maybe 4 weeks, I believe, or 3 weeks, then we got more into the MMA kicking sparring, and it felt great. I was checking kicks. Everything looked good. The knee passed all the tests. And so besides that, but we would have to travel to the boxing gym to do that. And it would just be a couple guys in the gym. And as far as the MMA sparring, we got a warehouse out here, and obviously put up a cage to kind of mimic that quiet kind of awkward quiet scenario if there's nobody in the gym. Big warehouse with a cage, full cage, and that's when we did most of our MMA sparring.
More just like one-on-one sort of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll bring in like 2, 3 guys, our team, and that's it. So the most like 7 guys in the gym.
So do you find that detrimental, or do you find that actually helps? Is it better or worse?
Honestly, I think it's better. There's more eyes on me. I think we're paying attention to more detail oriented, I guess you could say, like the little things we're picking up. But yeah, it obviously it's not. I didn't get a variety of sparring partners, but that's fine. I don't need to spar the tall guy, the short guy. We got the 2 guys that mimicked him very good. Had Tateki Matsuda, John Duma. And they would mimic him perfect. And, those guys would drive an hour just to come help me out. And, so huge shout out to those guys. But, I think camp went perfect. Weight's good. My team's solid, man. My girl's in here constantly cooking. She's holding it down. The manager's always, doing what he has to do as far as on the management side. Coaches everybody's on the same page. And I'm just got to go out there, get my hand raised, that's it.
It sounds like you're well looked after, mate. So a win over, obviously, Moraes would be huge, number 3 ranked in the division. Do you think a win there would leapfrog you into title contention, or do you think you need a couple more wins?
I think, winning over him is obviously huge. I don't want to look past him, but, there's a lot of options after this. I know Corey Sandhagen's out there still. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the whole belt right now. I know, I believe uh, Peter Yan's having like some like visa issues or something like that.
Yeah,
So we'll see how that plays out. But then, I want big names as well. So I know T.J. Dillashaw's coming back. There's Jose Aldo and Chita Vera's fighting in that card. So there's plenty of options I can have. I just got to stay focused, keep my head down, get through this fight, and everything from there should work out. And regardless of who I fight or what my next fight is going to be a huge fight.
sure, man, sure. So, is there anyone in particular that you'd like to fight, or is it just whoever they line up?
Yeah, no, it's going to be whoever gets me closest to the belt, whoever gets me out there. Yeah, whoever gets me closest to the belt. That's all. That's all I'm looking for.
Sure, man. So I'll let you get to your dinner soon, Rob. So before I let you go, is there any Rob Font exclusives you can give me? Something that nobody else knows? Maybe about this camp, maybe about this fight.
Um. Uh. Yeah, don't be surprised if you see a submission, man. I've been feeling real good with my submissions. I've been working a lot with Nick Fiore. He's a Henzo Gracie BJJ black belt out here in New Hampshire, and we've been working on some tricks, and I got a couple of tricks up my sleeve. I'm like, definitely not gonna force the takedown or anything like that, but I got some tricks up my sleeve, and don't be surprised if you see my hand getting raised with a
Oh
submission.
man, but that's me lumping 50 quid on a submission then, mate. What were we
Hey,
saying? Second round, maybe? I think I'll go with that.
in my mind, I want to go second round knockout, but if something pops off, I'm gonna jump on whatever that he gives me.
All right, I'll go second round finish then. I'll swing that round the bookies.
My man.
So last one, who have you got in tonight's main event? Who do you reckon's coming out with a W in that?
Tough fight, good fight. I think I'm gonna go with the champ though. He's looking for Figueroa was looking real good,
He
man.
looks
He's looking tough.
unstoppable, man.
He's looking, yeah. So he's beating guys, he's finishing guys. So yeah, nah, it's gonna be a tough one.
All right, Rob. Well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate that, man. It's been
My
an honour.
man,
I'll be rooting
appreciate you,
for you,
man.
man.
Thank you,
And
man. Thanks for
hopefully we
having
can
me
catch
on.
up after your fight.
Definitely hit me up. You already know. Anytime after this fight, let's keep in touch.
Thank you very much, Rob. Enjoy your
All right,
dinner, man.
bro. Definitely. You too.
Cheers, man. Bye.